Welcome everyone to another episode of Cities Skylines Appletown, A New Beginning, episode 3. Alright, here we are, our pretty little city that we fixed the traffic in, and now we are embarking upon beautifying this place. One of the first things that I do after playing for a little while is check in on the health of my city and just make sure that we're not overlooking anything, because it's very easy to get all wrapped up in what is going on with your particular project and forget about other areas of the city. So the first thing that I want to check is electricity. And we have plenty of electricity. We could probably cut down on a little bit. We'll do that a little later. The next thing that we want to check is for water. And it looks like we're running a little low on water. We got plenty of sewage, so let's fix that water situation. So let's get a water pumping station or a water tower. I've been using those. If you use the pumping stations, they will suck up all the water from these paltry streams. Okay, we have the water installed, have sufficient reserves of fresh water for our sims, and like I said, the water towers are the way that we have to go. Okay, let's watch some non-city traffic, just highway traffic. Next, let's take a look at our garbage landfill usage. We've got some capacity in there. I think we're doing okay. Education, we've got a little room there on the elementary. 3,000 capacity. For high school, we've got about a 500 capacity also, or leeway. And we've got plenty of leeway for university. How happy are the Sims in this wonderful town? Looks like office is always really high. Looks like we're doing okay. As far as health, we've got plenty of heal capacity. Average health 72%, and we could probably boost that a little bit by placing a few medical centers. We do not have a central hospital yet. Death care, we have plenty of cemeteries and plenty of crematorium availability. Our levels are what they are. We got a little bit of 5 going on with residential, mostly 4 it looks like, and some 3. So we need to improve that a little bit. There's probably some things we could do to accomplish that. Maybe we can work on that a little bit today. And then for offices, mostly 2 and 3. That's why there's mostly 3. That's why it's so darn happy. And industrial, 2s and 3s. We could probably improve that a little bit too. For commercial, mostly 2. Haven't had any demand for commercial, so that is, we can't really do a lot about that, but at this point, but maybe we can put some incentives in or lower taxes for them now that we're making some money. All right, traffic is looking pretty good at 79%. Pollution, not bad at all. Ground pollution 8%, and lack of water pollution is the key to health. Noise pollution right in the middle. I think we're good there. We'll work on any individual issues. Fire safety, looking okay. Maybe we could do a little improvement there. Let's look around a little bit. We've got a couple of stations down here. I think Victoria Heights and Brook Park are great. And over here, we're looking really pretty good coverage. Maybe a little bit over here we could use when we build that up a little bit. Also, right up in this area, I need to paint some districts to label it to make it easier to follow. And then up there, same thing. Crime is looking pretty good, 6%. Jail capacity is fine. Transport, we're going to introduce that soon. Nothing to look at there yet. Unemployment, 4%. Can't ask for much better than that. And we've got a few more seniors, 25%. We may see a bit of a death wave coming. Let's take a look at city statistics here. And this little graph here, and you can see we went through a bit of a death wave. That was during the fix the traffic scenario. And then we started moving up, and now we've leveled off because I haven't been focusing on that so much. Okay, look at that. It's December 25th in Appletown. So I guess it's a Merry Christmas to our Sims. Okay, first thing we're going to do today is build a bypass road from the Washington District over to the west side of town, the highway at the west end of town. All right, build this highway up and around the water towers, and on the right there is another forestry area we may exploit at some point later on. Not right now. Get this guy connected or over the highway, that is, and struggled with this for a couple minutes, but got it, and bring it in to connect up with the main road here and not destroy any power lines. Alright, going over here to our entrance exit, making a straight road first, and then an exit from the highway. That's kind of a short exit. Okay, building a little exit here. To get those 90 degree, I had to go to a different tool because you can't do highway to highway 90. Not very easily anyway. Get the exit ramp going here. And then fix what I just did on that silly ramp, and this is a much better way to do it. Okay, get that entrance fixed, and taking a look here, looking good. They now have access, and the highway goes all the way from up there. This forestry area can be exploited later, and the only thing that's missing right here is the ability to go eastbound, and we fixed that during episode 4. Okay, that's done. Next, we are going to fix up the industrial area over here, and get rid of that exit. Build this out a little bit. Yeah, grid style, that's for sure. And then fix the road a little bit. Turn that into a 2-lane highway. And expand out a little bit here. Build this out a little bit, a office park area. And a little bit more in the way of industrial up here. And let the simulation run a bit. Get things going, chugging. And a little bit of housekeeping here. Get a few little things I forgot to zone earlier done in these two residential areas while we watch things run a little bit and our office develops. Okay, gotta get the power worked out over here. A little bit of beautification, get a plaza in for the office park. And get the power connected. And now I want to work on a little beautification, a little development along the quay. Expand this quay area for development. I could probably speed this section up, so why don't I do that? Alright, I might have mentioned earlier having a little trouble with microphones and finding the right sound, so my apologies. A little tinny sound, picks up everything, built-in microphone on my iMac. Anyway, I sped things up a little bit just to get through this section a little quicker. Zone some heavy duty, high density residential. Can't quite get that name right today. Build out a few random streets here. Make it a little bit less than just gritty. And don't want to go up that hill over there. And now let's do some zoning. One more thing I want to put in is a fishing pier, and have to connect it with a road and a little bit of commercial right around it, just to get it going. A little bit more zoning here. Hopefully the noise won't be too much. Didn't build those right next to the highway. And let's let this run at a little bit higher speed, and let's see what we can do to build. Park. Next, I wanted to, in continuing this beautification, make this a more travel-friendly, bike-friendly city. And let's get in some bike paths here. The elevation, I set it down to 1 on the elevation step on the Find Road tool. I think that's what this is. And if you run at about a 1 or 2 meter level here, it really helps even out. If you just build on terrain, it doesn't come out right when you've got this mixed terrain. So this works really, really well. Puts in little bridges where it needs to. And see, it went back down to normal level there, ground level. And made a little mistake here. That's the great thing about this Find Road tool, being able to get down below. The lowest you can go in the base game is 3 meters. So really it's nice that you can go in anywhere from 1 to 12 increments that you want to. So continuing on with our bike paths, and sometime I might even put in some trees around them for beautification too. And now they can get all the way from over there to there. And let's go ahead and connect up the offices over here in this community over to the other side. Okay, finish up the main part of the bike paths there, and then get a little zoning. There's just a smidge of demand for commercial, so get that taken care of. Now let's finish up the bike paths and their entrances to the streets to kind of line up with the crosswalks and difficulties sometimes with the darn tool. And that office area is now all connected, and a little connection there for residences, and right there. So we're in good shape here. Doing a little bit of beautification here. I know, it's amazing. I've added a lot of trees to this poor city. It is definitely lacking in trees. Sped this up a little bit just to make it a little bit more bearable since I don't have a tree brush or anything. I don't mind the tree brush, but it really just indiscriminately throws a ton of trees out. And I think there's one maybe that you can do a mix of trees. Anyway, beautify along the bike path. I know I've said this before, but I just don't have a lot of patience for this type of thing, and maybe that's why I need to get that tree brush. We're going to close up for the episode. This has been kind of a short one. It's going to finish out a little over 18 minutes. Got to fix a water issue over here. But another episode in the bank, and thank you for watching. Click on that subscribe button, like or not. Just leave me a comment. Love to hear from you. And until we meet again, may all your city dreams come true. Okay, I know that was corny.